Hey, Matt from Weight Health Synergy. We got Mike Flynn writing in, and he says, what are some tips and tricks to burn fat faster? He says he's 16. His height, he's 5'10". He's around 190 pounds. He says he goes to the gym 5 to 6 times a week, and he also likes to run while he's at the gym. He says about 10 to 15 minutes for a workout, sometimes 20. His goal is to be at 10% body fat, and he'd like to be big and muscular. I follow a diet and don't really eat anything I'm not supposed to. In spite of doing all this, he says he's got still a fair bit of fat on his stomach, his chest, and sides. He says he's frustrated, and he's been doing this for about 2 or 3 months. So he's asking, what are some extra things I can do to burn that stubborn fat in those areas? And so thanks for your question, Mike. The first thing I would want to point out here, because it's not an uncommon question. I hear this from a lot of people. You can see people, you've probably been in the gym and saw somebody who's super dedicated, runs on the treadmill for a half hour or an hour a day. Maybe they mix it up with the elliptical. They're doing a lot of cardio. They do a little bit of weights. And you look at them and you've seen them doing this for months. And yet they are not by any means the leanest people in the gym. Some people actually can still be quite heavy despite doing a high level of cardio, like I just described. And what it comes down to is for body composition and for weight loss and to get rid of high body fat percentages, what you're eating is 90% or more of what is going to change that. The amount of cardio is good. Some cardio is good. I'm not a big proponent of excessive cardio. I like to walk and I like to go in. I like to do cardio in bursts. So like, some sprints, some things like that, some like intermittent training, almost like high intensity burst training. That's what I subscribe to. But you do need some level, I think, to keep yourself fit. And it just depends. We could get into that in a whole other conversation. However, the bulk of what you're going to need to lean down, to lower your body fat percentage, to get ripped, as it were. You want that lean muscular look and you want the fat off the stomach and other areas of your body, is all to do with your diet. I would say, as Charles Poliquin says, one of the greatest trainers out there, one of my favorite people to listen to and to read, he says that if you're not below, I think it's 10% body fat he suggested for guys. It may have even been lower, but he basically says if you're not below a certain level of body fat, or in your case, if you're not at the level of body fat that you want to be at, then you don't deserve to eat carbs. And it sounds kind of funny, but Charles is humorous to listen to while imparting a ton of good information. And the moral of the story there, or the moral of what he's saying there when he says that, is that if you're not at the body fat you want, then cut your carbs. You want to be eating good fats and you want to be eating more protein. So if you want to get lean, good protein sources, lean meats, good meats, protein, and vegetables, lots and lots of vegetables. I would even reduce or watch that you're not eating too much high sugar fruit, because if you want to cut your body fat, if you want to get shredded, if you want to lose that fat that you can see on your stomach and other areas of your body, the way to do it is what you're eating. And the key there is, as Charles would say, you don't deserve to eat carbs if you're not where you want to be on your body fat percentage. I think he went so far as to say that, guys that are over 10% period don't deserve carbs. I think it was 10%. I could be misquoting him there. But the point is, you need to watch what you're eating, not just count your calories, because all calories are not created equal. You want to be eating more good fats, more good proteins, and lots of vegetables. Vegetables are full of all the nutrients we need. Really, I tend to think, especially if somebody's more insulin sensitive, the best diet they can do is good fats, good protein, and lots of vegetables. Stay away from all the refined junk. Stay out of your refined carbs. Stay away from your grains and your breads. You're going to be able to cut your body fat levels very quickly if you stick to a regimen like that. So that's my advice to you. What do you guys think? How many of you out there have had a problem with this and then have switched to a low-carb diet and that's solved the problem? Let me know. I'd love to hear your feedback. Let's help out Mike. Leave it in the comments below. Let's hear your experience. Let's encourage him, and hopefully some of you will have a similar story and have turned it around and I would think from what I've just suggested by cutting your carbs. Thanks for your question, Mike. Stay tuned. We'll be back soon here at Weight Health Synergy.